What makes a strong team? Supporting each other, sharing successes and disappointments, learning from one another. Get a Be Better health plan from Beacon and get simple and affordable medical benefits so you can build a better team. Call 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt for more information.
Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for today, Thursday, May 20th, 2021. I'm Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, Warren Newfield, Kimpton Kawana Bay hotel developer, resigns from diplomatic post, accusing government of anti-business policies. Bank and General Workers Union accuses some employers of using the effects of COVID-19 to mistreat workers. Labor Commissioner to make decision on PWU TAU represented public workers 4% salary increase on May 25th. Students at Telesford Primary and St. Andrews Anglican Primary Schools showcased their climate change presentations on Thursday. And around the globe, secondary school students in Castries, St. Lucia placed on high alert following several attacks by bandits. And coming up in sports, Kirani James sets season best, while world champion Anderson Peters places second in the javelin in Ostrava Golden Spike event. The details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening, this is GBN News at 7. Government has been rocked by another high-profile resignation that is closely linked to the Citizenship by Investment program. Following the resignation of Percival Clouden, who resigned as Chief Executive Officer in February, Senator Christopher Diali handed in his resignation as Chairman of the Board of Directors just last week. Now, the latest resignation is also closely tied in with Grenada's CBI program, with the rationale being given as anti-business policies. Jared Joseph has the details.
Warren Newfield is the latest to hand in his resignation on Thursday as Ambassador at Large and Consul General to Florida on behalf of the government of Grenada. In a letter dated May 28, 2021, addressed to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Oliver Joseph, the developer behind Kimpton Kawana Bay Resort cited anti-business policies as the reason for his resignation. The letter reads, and I quote, "Unfortunately, conditions in Grenada have changed drastically in the last few years. The country's leadership, previously having the country's best interests at heart, was welcoming to foreign investment and economic development, but has been transformed into an anti-business regime. End of quote. He cited the breaching of the agreement with the controlling shareholder of Grenlec as an example, with government having to pay $65 million to WRB. And I quote, "It is little wonder that the 2020 survey by the World Bank assessing ease of doing business in countries globally, Grenada ranked number 146th out of 190 nations. I have seen this deterioration firsthand. My business interests are hardly the only ones to be damaged by the regime's disregard for investor rights. The government has breached agreements with other businesses. Other than the recent fiasco with Grenlec, one only needs to look at the government's attempt to expropriate the Rex Hotel." End of quote. Newfield, in his resignation, says, as a Grenadian citizen, the country and its people have become extremely dear to him, and he has undertaken his duties with a strong sense of responsibility. GBN's attempts to speak to Mr. Newfield proved futile. Calls to his office in Miami went unanswered, and an employee at his local office for the project indicated that he is off the island. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
In a statement issued this evening, government, in response to the allegations leveled by Warren Newfield, said the accusations are seen as a clear attempt to hurt the country and the government. Government asserts that there was investigations into matters relating to Newfield's Kimpton-Kawana Bay project, which triggered the anti-business allegation. In light of its concerns, government said it has already approached an independent auditor to investigate the matter. Government said it is keen to ensure that all money invested into projects under the Citizenship by Investment program are in fact used in accordance with the provisions of the country's Citizenship by Investment Act. In so doing, government further seeks to protect the integrity of the CBI program, ensuring greater accountability and transparency in the execution of projects and safeguarding the resources of investors. GBN will continue to follow this developing story. One union official is concerned with what he sees as a new trend adopted by some employers within recent times. He says that the practice raises red flags that indicates trouble for Grenada. More in this Rena Pierre-Thomas report.
Secretary General of the Bank and General Workers Union, Joseph Mitchell, says that the practice of some employers using the effects of COVID-19 to mistreat workers is one that has become prominent in the workforce. He explains that some employers are using the excuse as a means of justifying actions that are highly unjust to workers.
It's a situation that we're seeing a lot now in the industrial climate, and it's something that we are really, really concerned, this current trend that employers are, using this whole COVID thing to get out of, their responsibilities and dodging what they're supposed to do. And we are calling really on employers to if you're going to, sever workers, you must stand the responsibility of paying them.
The trade unionist says that while the situation raises many red flags, he is not surprised as some employers are only reflecting the action of the public sector.
In my time of growing up, they say charity begins at home, and the government really must be the leader in all of this, right? Because a lot of the employers will really piggyback on the government's trend. And what we have been seeing over the last few months, especially with the public sector unions and workers, and the way these workers are being treated, it shows a total lack of respect and discourtesy for workers. And it's not surprising now to see that the private sector unions is suffering the same fate, right? So it must be a time where labor and employers find a middle ground to resolve some of those issues, because unstable working environment certainly is not going to be good for the country, and is going to impact the country negatively economically.
Mitchell says regardless of the challenges facing the union will continue to fight for workers' rights. Meanwhile, the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce says vaccination for COVID-19 must remain a personal choice, a fundamental right that must be respected. GCIC, in a statement issued on Wednesday evening, explained that while it welcomes the reopening of the tourism sector and understands that the vaccine is effective in protecting citizens and visitors from serious illness associated with contracting the virus, people must have a choice. The statement went along to say, and I quote, the health authorities must act with urgency in continuing to address vaccination fears and concerns of the population. The Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce recognizes that even in the face of the illness and death statistics from within the region and around the world, there will be individuals who choose not to accept vaccine for COVID-19. These persons must be respectfully accommodated within our workforce and society. The Chamber implores all to continue to follow the established protocols that have served Grenada pretty well. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Attorney at Law Anselm Clouden is the latest to push against employers' request for employees to be fully vaccinated if they wish to return to their jobs.
Employers cannot, without more, force anyone to take a vaccine if they decide that it is toxic and deleterious and would affect their health, especially where they may have pre-existing conditions.
Attorney at Law Anselm Clouden is appealing to Grenadians to not ignore the Constitution, which gives them the right to choose whether or not they want to take the COVID-19 vaccine without jeopardizing their jobs.
The Constitution of Grenada guarantees in Chapter 1 to every Grenadian, irrespective of class, social standing, what have you, the right to work. And therefore, that is a constitutionally protected right. I have heard the Prime Minister speak so irresponsibly on the last occasion, speak with respect to workers that are not vaccinated. The employer can mandate that they take the vaccine before returning to work, notwithstanding that they have been employed for a good many years.
He is appealing to the labor unions to not turn a blind eye to the current trend of employers giving employees an ultimatum with regards to vaccination and work.
It is my respectful recommendation that labor and business, and this is where the labor unions must show some concern and take up the struggle so as to avoid workers from losing their jobs as a result of not taking an unsafe vaccine. And this is the only vaccine we have here. So that it is callous, it is irresponsible of businesses to insist that employers, both public and private sector, must be vaccinated before they can resume their employment.
In other news, just around 3:30 this afternoon, GBN received reports that the leader of the opposition, Tobias Clement, was arrested by police. The nature of his arrest, we were told, was for driving an unlicensed vehicle. When contacted for clarity, the opposition leader said he was not arrested. However, he was ticketed as his vehicle registration had expired. He said it was a misinterpretation of the month, thinking it was due for June, when in fact it was May. This is News at 7. Coming up, Labour Minister to make decision on public workers' 4% salary increase on May 25th. Stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
This month, make it all about her with with a gift from Courts. Shop today and enjoy up to 30% off selected rugs, accessories, and more. Get the most stylish appliances, home furnishings, and more. Plus, shop today with Ready Finance and we'll pay your first and last installment. You can also shop online at www.shopcourts.com for the same great savings. So make it all about her with something special from Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny, and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
See the savings with Spice Isle Optical. Don't break the bank to get your focals. Classy, affordable eyewear. Service optimal. Our experienced technician works like a magician. Trust your sight with our company's vision, where your satisfaction is ever our mission. Mobile services, family packages, economical prices. Spice Isle Optical is where the deal is. Spice Isle Optical is located in Queen's Park, St. George's. For more information, contact us at 449-1588 or 440-0353.
Good morning, Grenlec Meter Reader.
Morning, Mr. Meterman. I'm glad I caught you. Last month, I got a very high bill, and I don't understand why.
Last month, we were not able to access your meter, so we had to estimate the bill.
So what can I do to ensure that my meter is easily accessible?
Well, you can get your licensed electrician to move your meter outside of the gate or directly in front of the house.
Well, I'll consider that.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada. The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
Hey, all you want more madness? Sunday, May 30th. The deal or no deal madness continues in May. Get ready for another massive waggity virtual bingo. And here now, this time you can win not 10, wait for it, US $15,000. $15,000 up for grabs. Here's the best part. For 1 week, tickets will be sold at $10. Now that's a massive deal. But after, tickets will cost $15. No deal.
No deal.
So the question is, are you going to take the deal?
Mom, take the deal.
Wait now, partner, we ain't done. Cause coming to shell down the bingo. Get ready for a live performance from Grenada's hot sensation, Little Jello. Why not Ginger? Don't run from me. Remember, if you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, May 30th is no ordinary Sunday. Get ready for Waggity Virtual Bingo.
Deal or no deal.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. we continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. In the GBN television news on Wednesday, we aired a report concerning a taxi driver who has been charged for breaching the COVID-19 regulations. That taxi driver is affiliated with the Airport Taxi Association, as was reported in the news feature. In processing the report, the GBN inadvertently included file footage that showcased members of the National Taxi Association. The GBN wishes to clarify that members of that association were in no way connected with the breach of the regulations. We sincerely apologize to members of the NTA for any inconveniences which may have been caused as a result of our inclusion of file footage showcasing its members. The joint negotiating team of the Public Workers Union and the Technical and Allied Workers Union says it welcomes a more concrete proposal from the government's negotiating team. The unions continued their conciliation talks with Labour Commissioner Cyrus Griffith on Thursday, together with the government's negotiating team. The GNT has since promised a review of their finances in June rather than pay whenever the fiscal space allows or in December. We get details in this report.
Based on the evaluation of government's finances at the end of June, a definitive date for the payment within the fiscal year of the 4% increase in salaries will be given. President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, who is part of the joint negotiating team, says they expect payment at the end of May, however offered flexible payments as late as July, providing that government makes all workers permanent. The PW president notes that Labour Commissioner Cyrus Griffith indicated that he will give a decision next Tuesday.
I also want to make it clear to public officers that the JNT stated to the GNT, the government negotiating team, that we expect all workers within the bargaining unit, including contract officers who have been disenfranchised in salary increases over the last couple of years, should be, and we have a strong expectation that they should be included in the salary increases whenever that decision is made and that resolution comes to fruition.
The union leader says part of their mandate going forward is ensuring that contract officers are not disenfranchised.
Also want to say to workers, despite the slight move that we have made thus far, the slight move if you want to call it that, we are asking workers to continue to wear their red every day, to continue to wear their union jerseys until we sign on the dotted line and that 4% increase is realized, where cost of living is sky high.
He says the JNT believes an end of May payment is possible.
It's the 20th. We know it's possible because, as one of our negotiators stated clearly, in 2018, when it was time to dock salaries, they enlisted the help of individuals to dock the salaries of workers at a late time in the month. So on the other end of the spectrum, if they want to add salaries, a 4%, that can also be done. It's not impossible.
The joint negotiating team is hopeful that the issue does not go to mediation or arbitration, while noting that industrial action won't be removed from its arsenal in the fight for the 4% increase in salaries. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Leader of the government negotiating team, Minister Oliver Joseph, reiterating government's commitment at arriving at a resolution with the Grenada Union of Teachers, believes a resolution is close at hand. The GNT and the leadership of the GUT met in mediation with Labour Minister Peter David on Tuesday. The 2021 non-payment of the 4% increase in salaries is the basis of the dispute, and Minister Joseph admits that both new proposals put forward by the two parties involved are workable.
And I think we are very close to finding a solution. I need to go back to Cabinet on Monday with the GUT proposal to get Cabinet sign off, because I'm there representing the government, meaning that I must go back to Cabinet. The Minister of Labour has promised that after Cabinet has decided and inform the GUT, he will reconvene. Both parties will come back before him before the end of next week so that we can work out a solution.
He adds that for the first time, he has seen a glimmer of hope toward a settlement. It's now time to take a peek through the GBN ISOR lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISOR is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
The irony of twins twinning. A pair of twin wax apples as photographed by our reporter. Our citizen journalist said they have never seen a twin wax apple before, much less two. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms. We take a break, but still ahead, students at Telesford Primary and St. Andrews Anglican Primary Schools showcase their climate change presentations on Thursday, and the Parkview students show off on Career Day. This is News at 7. Stay with us.
How going on, boy? Hey, good old things. Hey, easy. Yeah. Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day. Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service. Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy. Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
At
Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Welcome back. Students at the Telescope Primary School and the St. Andrews Anglican Primary School have completed their participation in the Resilient Island project with a parade on Thursday. More in this report.
The Resilient Island project aims to raise awareness and educate students on how to integrate ecosystems and community-based approaches to enhance climate change adaptation in Grenada and more so their communities. Students were educated through hands-on activities and field trips and today created projects to represent what they have learned. One student shared what he has accomplished.
I need to draw a mangrove tree. Mangrove protects the coast from big waves, storms, etc.
Disaster Management Coordinator at the Grenada Red Cross Society, Luan Maguire, explained their position in this venture, citing the approaching hurricane season.
We are here now to alert the students, let them know that as they are doing now, the planting of the mangrove is a very good step in eliminating the erosion of the beach and the sea, and also to block off some of the high waves that may impact significantly on the lives of persons, affecting their livelihood. Prior to the hurricane season, it's always good to educate persons, educate schools, conduct training. So in the event of a disaster, persons are going to be trained and aware. So that awareness and sensitization is what we are doing here today at the Telescope Primary School.
Nuala Frederick is the climate adaptation specialist with the Nature Conservancy Eastern Caribbean program. Frederick says the program aims at strengthening people's resilience to the impact of climate change through the use of nature. They are operating, she says, in the Grenville Bay area of Grenville, Telescope, Sobeys, and Marquis.
So one of the things that we're doing is actually mangrove restoration, and last week and this week, it's culminating this week, Telescope Primary has been one of our schools. We did do St. Andrews Primary before, but we're culminating this week with Telescope Primary, you know, just working with the students, making sure that they understand a little bit more about the environment, a little bit more about climate change, what the impacts of their actions are, what the impacts are on the environment, but also how they can use nature to benefit the environment, to make the environment a lot better, to make our island a lot safer. Most of our interventions are focused along the coast, but it is focused along the coast to ensure that not just the persons living along the coastline, but persons in the inside as well can really enjoy the beauty of our Grenadian coastline. Really.
Telescope Primary School's activity was done in two phases. Field trip, where the students visited Telescope Bay and held a cleanup drive, as well as a teaching component focusing on mangroves, community-based approach, preservation and conservation of ecosystem. The second phase entailed planting trees on the school grounds to tie in with World Earth Day as part of the activities. The St. Andrew Anglican Primary School held a special assembly and parade about climate change and adaptation focused on resilience within the ecosystem. The Resilient Island Education activity was held in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, the Grenada Red Cross Society, and the Nature Conservancy. Certificates were presented to each participant. Christelina John, GBN News.
It was 100 families on the Sister Isles of Carriacou will benefit from the recently handed over Chinese low-income housing units. A ceremony was held to mark the occasion. Details in this report.
Chinese low-income housing units in Dumfries, Carriacou are now complete and have been handed over. Minister for Social Development and Housing, Delma Thomas, was present for the ceremony.
Chinese low-income houses, at this completion ceremony, marks 1,000 houses across not only Carriacou, but also Grenada. Indeed, the provision of housing has been a central policy planned by this Kit Mitchell administration, and of which I continue to be more than a proud member. We have here a 100 high-quality unit, and I want to high-quality unit. And so 100. And earlier on, my sister colleague reminded me that I first said that Carriacou is a small place, so let's give them 70. I'm confessing.
She urged those who will occupy the units to take care of them and not let it deteriorate, in her words, into a wild jungle of unkempt surroundings. Minister Thomas urges individuals to maintain the environment, making it one that is worthy of living, being called home, and worthy of raising children. And his ambassador to Grenada, His Excellency Wei Hongtian, highlighted the many areas his country has rendered aid to Grenada, including housing.
Most important fiscal facility delivered by China to Carriacou and Petit-Martinique people is this housing project located in Dumfries. So 100 housing units may not be big in quantity. It is our sincere goodwill, and we hope this project could render some help for the improvement of livelihood of people in need in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique.
Minister with responsibility for Carriacou and Petit-Martinique affairs, Kinja Maturin Stewart, remembered the late Elvin Nimrod as the person who lobbied for those houses and the selection of the site. She expressed her appreciation to the People's Republic of China while reminding locals that the housing units are not free.
As this project would not only mark a new beginning in the lives of so many, but it would also be a life-changing experience for the many families that are poised to benefit from the provision of adequate, comfortable, affordable, and decent housing accommodation that this very project will offer. That a child is more likely to have better outcomes in life if they are brought up in a safe and warm home. In fact, every social indicator, including education and health, improves when someone has a stable place to call home.
Selena John, GBN News.
Stay with us. The weather and sports are up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Brentwood, and Central Deputy Street, Guelph. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight mostly fair, windy and hazy, becoming partly cloudy at times with the occasional light isolated showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory remains in effect. Tides high at 9 p.m. and low at 5 a.m. Weather for Friday, May 21st, mostly fair, windy and hazy, becoming partly cloudy at times with the occasional light isolated showers. Weather for Saturday, May 22nd, partly cloudy, windy and hazy with the occasional light to moderate isolated showers, increasing in cloudiness overnight with more frequent showers. And weather for Sunday, May 23rd, mostly cloudy and windy with light to moderate daytime showers, improving overnight.
Good evening, sporting fans. Kirani James ran a season best of 44.74 seconds to win the men's 400 meters at the Ostrava Gold Spike in the Czech Republic on Wednesday. James pulled away from the American Vernon Norwood, who ran a time of 45.28 seconds in the last 50 meters to win his second race of the 2021 season.
So it's a clean start. James has gone off well there in lane 5. Norwood's chasing down in lane 6 as well. He looks like he started well. Mashlav with just a couple of meters back on them. Dobber, he looks like he started well in lane 2. Scotty generally does start quite slow in lane 3, but watch him for the second part of the race. So James it is. And Norwood there in lane 6. James from Norwood with 100 metres to go. Dobber on the inside, working really hard, and now watch Scotty come through in lane 3. But it is Kirani James who looks like he's going to finish the strongest. Norwood outside him, and Dobber, I think, just in third place. 44.76. So another sub 45 second for Kirani James.
Kirani's next meet is in Doha, Qatar, next Friday. Meanwhile, reigning world champion Anderson Peters also participated in the Ostrava Gold Spike, which is a part of the 2021 World Athletics Continental Tour. In the men's javelin, Anderson finished second behind Germany's Johannes Vetter. Peters' best effort came in his final attempt of 83.39 meters, which was short of Vetter's world-leading opening throw of 94.20 meters. Former Olympic champion Kishorn Walcott of Trinidad and Tobago came third with 82.75 meters.
So we better go back to the final round of the javelin with the world champion Anderson Peters. Modest effort for him so far. 80.86 in round one is the best he's produced. And that's better in the final round for Peters. It isn't better, but it's better. Somewhere around about 82, 83 by the look of it. So ending with a bit of confidence for Anderson Peters, who, as we said, is going to be heading for the Diamond League on Saturday with Kishorn Walcott. Johannes Vetter is not involved in the Diamond League in Gateshead on Saturday, but we'll see him in the coming meets. 83.39, so a considerable improvement on the day for Anderson Peters.
Both Peter and Walcott are scheduled to compete in the Muller Grand Prix on Sunday. The Grenada Athletics Association is putting on the 2021 Whitsuntide Games. A total of 229 athletes from 10 teams have entered to compete in 68 events. The event is scheduled to begin at 10 a.m. on Saturday at the Kirani James Athletics Stadium, and all 68 events will be finals. Moving on to football, the National Under-19 football tournament is heading full steam toward the conclusion of the first round of the competition. Results from Wednesday saw Springs FC defeating Beverly Rangers 3-0. The Happy Hill FC and the combined Northerners matchup ended in a 3-all draw, while GBSS FC and St. David's FC drew 1-all. There is a keen fight for the top of the table in the northeastern part of the country. Two of the contenders, Paradise FC and the Shamrock FC, saw their match end in a 2-all draw. That's it for sports. Original segment is up next. This is your One Caribbean hookup. Secondary school students within the vicinity of Castries are being placed on high alert after the robbery of 5 students in a span of 1 week. This has prompted the principal of the Leon Hess Secondary School to make an urgent plea to law enforcement officials to arrest the situation before it spirals out of control.
I think that, beefing up security in the city circuit, especially in the hotspots by the bus stops. It may not be possible to literally move the bus stops, but peak hours in the morning, in the afternoon, if you could get more police presence or patrol in that area, that will help significantly. Also after school, when the students walk down. And we have been speaking to the students in terms of their own security. We actually have advised them as to where they should pass, where are the safer places to pass, and where they should not pass, that they should keep their belongings in their bags, do not expose, their cell phones, etc. But, it still does not give anyone the right to rob someone.
Meanwhile, in Guyana, the chairman of Region 4 is adamant that there needs to be more stringent COVID-19 measures put in place as COVID-19 infections and deaths continue to spiral out of control. So far, the month of May has seen 46 COVID-19 related deaths, and most recently it was announced by the Pan American Health Organization that Guyana is one of 37 countries to confirm the presence of the Brazilian P1 variant.
We look around us, and some of our neighboring countries are right now, Trinidad and Tobago is in a state of emergency, and their numbers are quite rising at the time. We find that some other countries are also beefing up their COVID measures. It's hard to sit back as the regional authority and you see these what is going on in the region, but however we are guided by the policies made by the current government.
Internationally, China is showcasing its advances in the field of artificial intelligence at an annual tech-themed forum. Supercomputers, rockets, and robots are among the innovations on display. The event comes just months after the United States National Security Commission said that China is on track to overtake the U.S. as the world's AI superpower. We get more in this Al Jazeera report.
The latest in Chinese artificial intelligence, or AI, is on display here in Tianjin. From transport and robotics to data collection and cloud computing, it's the kind of progress that has the current technology frontrunner, the US, worried. Telecommunications giant Huawei has been hit by 3 rounds of US sanctions. Company earnings have fallen for the 2nd year in a row. Beijing says the US feels threatened by Chinese progress. Washington says Huawei poses a national security threat. More than 100 Chinese entities have been placed on a US trade blacklist, but the restrictions have not stopped China's development from accelerating. The government has invested billions of dollars in research and development in an effort to wean itself off critical US chip technology. And the speed of China's AI progress is raising concerns, especially when it comes to potential military applications. China's use of AI to launch cyber attacks and increase surveillance is also being closely watched. Several governments say AI is being used to perpetuate human rights abuses and even genocide against Uyghurs in Xinjiang. The US Senate is debating legislation aimed at ensuring it stays ahead of China. The Endless Frontier Act could see $100 billion invested over the next 5 years into AI and related industries. Chinese officials have criticized the bill. Beijing says its technology will only be used for peaceful means. It's aiming to become the global leader in AI by 2030. Regardless of which country wins the race for tech supremacy, analysts say international rules governing the use of AI are needed for the protection and safety of all. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Tianjin, China.
That's it for our One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Recapping the headlines, Warren Newfield, Kimpton Kawana Bay Hotel developer, resigns from diplomatic post, accusing government of anti-business policies. Bank and General Workers Union accuses some employers of using the effects of COVID-19 to mistreat workers. Labour Commissioner to make decision on PWU, TAU represented public workers' 4% salary increase on May 25th. And students at Telesford Primary and St. Andrews Anglican Primary Schools showcased their climate change presentations on Thursday. In around the globe, secondary school students in Castries, St. Lucia placed on high alert following several attacks by bandits. And in sports, Kirani James sets season best, while world champion Anderson Peters places second in the javelin in the Ostrava Golden Spike event. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.